Shannon, who's to blame for the Lakers' collapse last night?
Before I get into blame, Skip, remember I told you yesterday, I said, now, Skip, they lost these 2 games. They couldn't make a shot. I said, now watch they go. Watch what they do to us. I said, watch
Boston.
Boston. Yeah. I said, watch what Jayson Tatum does. Watch how they start raining threes on us.
He did, and they did.
And they did.
Yeah.
Look, Skip, the Lakers have the league's worst net rating in clutch situations. Last 5 minutes of the ball game within 5. They're minus 35.2. They have the 30th ranked defense in clutch situations. And again, now we see them blow a 17-point lead to Indiana in the fourth quarter. Now we just see them blow a 13-point lead to the Boston Celtics in the fourth quarter. So I think that's where they're losing touch with these ball games, because defensively we see guys getting wide open. I mean, basically shoot around threes. That's what they got last night to get back in the ball game. Not hustling back, they give a layup. They take a couple of bad shots, and now the Celtics are off and running. The Lakers probably shouldn't have gotten this ball game. I don't know where the momentum shifted or the lapse that the Boston Celtics have, but give the Lakers credit. They go on this incredible run.
It was.
I mean, I haven't seen anything like that in a very, very long time. And I'm like, wow. To be down 20 to now you're up 13. So I'm feeling good about where I am.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden we just couldn't get any stops, Skip. No. They started making shots. We couldn't get any stops. But again, Skip, AD got to make the free throws, Skip. Now this is twice within a week. He had an opportunity to win the game. It's not even supposed to come down to overtime. AD knows that. And he said last night, I don't want to talk about anything after those missed free throws. I don't want to talk about overtime. And it's tough. Because, Skip, and LeBron said after the game, there's no one I'd rather have in that situation than AD. He is, I believe, and of the guys that were on the court, he's their second best free throw shooter behind Austin Reeves. But he's the guy that can go get you a bucket. So now I got a guy that can get me a bucket, and if he gets fouled, he's going to go make the free throws. And again, he missed both of them, Skip.
Yep. And
it seemed like when he missed the first one, and I was like, bruh, if you don't make this second one, it's over. You could just feel it, Skip. You could just feel it. It's kind of like Friday night when they went to overtime, Skip. It just did. And even though they got up to that 4, they got up by 4 in overtime.
They did.
It's like the Celtics did a great job. Say, nah, y'all. I don't know what y'all thinking. We won't rush to shoot these shots. And if you think about it, Skip, if I'm not mistaken, I think he took 5 of their 8 shots.
Took 6 total. Yeah.
In overtime.
Yes.
That's not an accident.
No.
That they're packing and said, no, LeBron, you're not going to do it. No, AD, you're not going to do it. And somehow LeBron comes, swings the ball to Russ in the corner, boom. He takes a couple of ill-advised shots. But, Skip, I think it was their defense that let him down in that situation. When you got a 13-point lead, you got to be able to lock in. You got to be and not give up and shoot around threes, not to give up layups. And that's what the Lakers did last night. They did not lock in defensively. Because with a little over 4 minutes left in the ball game and you're up 13 points, with Anthony Davis and LeBron James on the court, you've got to get that game home. But you take a couple of ill-advised shots, you don't get back on the other end, you have a lapse, and this is what you have happen. You have what-ifs. Because you had 3 games over the last week and a half that you probably should have won, and the record would look a lot better. So now you probably take those 3 losses. So now you're 14-13 as opposed to 11-16.
Okay, my turn. I will certainly give you Anthony Davis just has to make at least 1 free throw.
Got to make 1.
But he's got the demons because they slipped into the back door of his brain, deep into his psychosis, somewhere deep down in his psyche. He's got the demon now because he missed the one late with 3 seconds left in regulation at Philadelphia last Friday night. And he's still thinking about it.
Skip, you remember the All-Star game? It came down to 2 free throws. They fouled Anthony Davis.
They did.
And he needed them because it was a tie ball game. Yep. So the next scorer was going to win. He missed the first one, and the other was and it went in.
But usually, I have found him through his career to be fairly clutch, if not very clutch.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm not thinking of free throws. Maybe I'm thinking of shots.
Shots, yes.
But he's the wrong guy, wrong place, wrong time last night. So I'm going to give you that. Now I'm going to frame what I saw happen last night. Let's remember, Boston on Saturday night lost at Golden State by 16 points.
Yes.
Let's remember that just the night before, this Monday night, in this same building, they had lost to the Clippers by 20 points.
Yes.
So they were, forced to play back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
Even though you don't have to go anywhere except back to the hotel and back to the same arena.
Correct.
you are still expending, as you well know, a lot of energy.
Right.
So it was not shocking to me that Boston came out and pounded its fist on the table effectively and said, no, this is how good we are. And they basically blew the Lakers off their floor for a good long while.
Yes.
And they're up 20 with, what time was it? 6:57 of the third quarter. They're up 20 points. And I'm thinking Shannon's not going to wear the goat match. And here they went.
Right.
This is one of the weirdest basketball teams I've ever tried to decipher because you want to talk about flexing firepower. Whew! Here they came. A 45-12 run against what most people believe is the best team in basketball at this point.
And a very, very good defensive team.
A very good defensive team. It's hard to go 45-12, but they were back-to-back, and they had lost a couple of games badly. And you could see a little bit of sag in the Celtics. You could see a little, not quit, but just sag, just falling chins and faces where they were just saying, oh, here we go again.
I think they thought the Lakers were going to sag their chins like they're down 20. Okay, it's over.
And the Lakers, to their credit, not only did they not quit, but they hit the accelerator just the way they did at Philadelphia when I remind everybody on last Friday night, they're down 9 with 29 seconds left. It's mathematically close to impossible to come back from 9 down with 29. And they did it and should have won the game if Anthony had just made the one other free throw. But he did not, and it went to overtime. And then just as shockingly to me, even though you wrote them off, they missed their first 11 shots of overtime and lost by 11 points at Philadelphia. This is bizarre. Night and day, day and night. So here we go again. All right, so I give you the 2 missed free throws, but what I can't give you is what just happened because you're up 13 points, really with under 4 minutes to go. But let's look at what happened right at that mark when LeBron gets fouled. He drives to the basket and almost makes it for an and one.
Yes.
If you remember this.
Yes.
He goes up and under, almost he got it up, and he goes leaping over to the side, and the crowd is hyped, and he is, I'm not saying this in a negative way, he's front running in a good way, because remember, they had him on the ropes, man. They had him on the run, because Russ is making plays and shots, and he's blocking shots. Russ ended up blocking 4 shots.
He did.
So at this point, if I look at the box score, and I tell you, they've got him down 13, and look at the final box score, if I could, please. AD winds up with 37 and 12. LeBron's going to wind up with 33, 9 and 9 with 2 steals. Russell Westbrook, the runaway 6th man of the year, is going to wind up with 20 and 14. And as I just pointed out, 4 blocked shots. He's playing like a demon on defense.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what was happening at that point, and that's goat mask time when I'm saying, they're going to win this game by 20. Okay, and then what happens? LeBron goes from running to the crowd and hyping the crowd with a big leap up along the baseline. He goes back to the free throw line, and he misses the first free throw. Okay, so the door is slightly ajar, but only slightly because he made his second free throw, and now here we go. All right, so the next thing that happened is LeBron misses a 3 with 3:52 left. I think we have this. This is to go up 16 points. And you know how I got an issue with Lawton. He just shoots too many threes for my liking because that's a deep 3.
Yeah, okay? I think he could have faked him up.
Just go. Okay. So this is I'm getting to my biggest issue with this team as it pertains to LeBron James. I keep telling you, it's got to be home James, because I saw what happened. They blew a 17-point lead, as you point out, to Indiana at home. They crumbled in overtime at Philadelphia. And you have to have a closer, and LeBron has not been closing. I told you that last year there were 15 times I counted games where I thought LeBron James, as still the best player on this team, should have closed the game because he's got the highest IQ in basketball. He's the greatest driver of the basketball I've ever seen. So you've got to get this game home, and you can't resort to threes because he winds up 3 for 11 from 3. It's not good enough. It's why the door kept getting wider and wider opened. And then we got the bad pass. We got the careless inbounds pass. think he's throwing it to Russ.
Russ.
If we could see this.
But I mean,
I don't even know what you're doing. Here
so that's
we go.
a 5 point.
Just okay. This is easy. This is easy. And Marcus Smart just spins and swipes it and lays it in, and all of a sudden.
I mean, LeBron sees the guy. He sees Marcus Smart right.
It's just careless, and all of a sudden you've cut it to 8 at that point. Have the Boston Celtics cut it to 7. Okay, then
and no time ran off the clock.
All right, and then I got to give LeBron this. He made a really nice 10-foot jumper where he's pretty good. I'd much rather see that shot than any of those threes late in games, and he makes it with 2:12 left to go up 7 points. And then here we go again. 59 seconds left. What does LeBron resort to? Yet another 3. Here we go. This is just drive it. Just go force the issue. Don't do that because that's heavily contested and it's a bad shot and it's a bad miss. And you know what happens going the other way off this miss? Marcus Smart just goes down there on a semi-break, and AD is sort of should have guarded it. He should have got out on him, and nobody gets out on him.
And he just a shoot-around 3.
Okay, and it is a shoot-around 3, and all of a sudden you're in trouble.
Yes.
Okay. All right, now we get to the play of the night that leads to the 2 misses of the night, because we've got LeBron at the end of the game. He's trying to come up with something, and he can't find anything, and he actually goes Russell Westbrook. He actually left his feet for a second and didn't have a good plan, and at the last second he says, oops, I'll lob it up into the middle to AD, who is heavily guarded by about 3 Celtics, including Luke Cornett. If we could see this, LeBron goes to his right, and he goes up, and he's not sure what he's doing with it, and Luke Cornett gets called for, by the way, he's from Vanderbilt University, if you didn't know that, but he gets called for the foul, and I don't see it. I don't see a foul there. I don't think there was a foul. I think it was a dangerous pass that got tipped up in the air, and Boston came down with possession of the ball, and you got bailed out by the referee, and all of a sudden you've got Mr. Demons on the line shooting your 2 free throws, and obviously he misses them. Okay, that leads to my pettest peeve with LeBron James, obviously an all-time great player. I've been saying this since 2004 on Cold Pizza. In this situation, you have to bail out your teammate. You have to take him off the hook. You got to make a play. You are LeBron bleeping James.
Right.
And now you have to have the guts. All you need is 1 free throw at this point because it's a tie game. You got plenty of time. Just drive it. Just again, he's got demons at the late game, close game free throw line. He's had his whole career. But this is where I just say, LeBron, you're so good at this. Nobody can keep you from the rim. That they're going to have to call a foul. Remember, there's no Al Horford. There's no Robert Williams. Blake Griffin was out of the game at this point. They're going to Luke Cornett, who's a tall guy, but he's not. He's just Luke Cornett.
Right.
You know, that's all he is tall. He's not bad, but he's not a rim protector. And so if we could see the final play now, I don't know why you pull up and take almost an awkward-looking 3 from deep, where just go. He came to pick for you. Just go, and you take this, and he's kind of off balance, and it's a LeBrick. It ain't even close. Right. When I just thought, if you just attack it into the middle, Luke Cornett's going to have to foul you. Right. That's just me. And I think, listen, since he entered the league, LeBron is the worst late game, close game free throw shooter over that stretch of time. So I get it that he doesn't trust himself, but Shannon, I would bet money LeBron James could make 1 of 2 free throws. I would bet money he could make 1 or 2, and if you do, you take your teammate off that hook.
Well, I would have liked to see him. I would like to see him at the line with that opportunity. But like you said, sometimes, not a lot, sometimes he does let the defense off the hook by taking those threes or taking those off-balance shots. Now, he's capable of Skip. You know, we've seen him get hot, and he'll hit that turnaround fade away, and once he gets going with that shot, he's almost unguardable. But in that situation, I will concur. I will agree with you. That was a bad shot. Just drive the ball.
Shot.
There were like I said, there were a couple of those down the stretch. Fake Grant Williams up because he's coming flying at you. Now take a couple of steps inside. Instead of a 26, 27-footer, that's a 12, 15-footer.
Okay. So over the last 4:25 of the game, with a 13-point lead, LeBron missed the 1 free throw. He had the 1 careless, terrible turnover. And he went 0 for 3 from 3 and 1 for 4 from the field. Right. It's not good enough because you got to close that because you got him. You got him on the ropes, on the hook, on the run, and you just drive it home. And if you could literally drive it home, I think LeBron had is capable down the last 4 minutes of shooting like 8 free throws if you just keep attacking them. And surely you could make 5 out of 8. And if you could, you're going to win the game.
With all that being said, you get 37 from AD. You get 33 from LeBron.
Spectacular.
That's 70.
All right.
You get 20 from Russ.
Okay.
And you look. And the mere fact the game is close.
I know. If I show you the box score, you say, oh, we got that one.
Tell me any other big three. Now, in Boston.
And by the way, these are 3 first ballot Hall of Famers we're talking about. Go ahead.
And that's then Skip. That's what I've been trying to tell people. The mere fact that the Lakers play damn near perfect, and it's still a nip-tuck ball game. Your big three got you 90. Look at what they got between them, Skip. How many? Russell had 14 rebounds. So Russell had 14. So you got 90, 26. 26 and 9 is 35. So you got 90 and 35 rebounds from your big three. And you lose by 4. You have to go to overtime. Skip, I told you the margin of error for this team is so small. Even when and look at the percentage that they shot. AD was 14 to 20. LeBron was 14 to 25. AD was 13 to 24. Now Russ was 7 to 19. Not a great percentage. Not with, he wasn't very efficient. But Skip, when you shoot that kind of, when you have that 90 and 35, and you lose. Okay, so you still have a little ray of hope because you do have a home overtime against a gassed team that is playing back-to-back. Skip gas, but that's not the Lakers.
Okay,
you got Jayson Tatum is 25, Jaylen Brown is 26. I mean, the oldest guy, Blake Griffin, he only played 23 minutes. But most of these guys skipped 28 or under. I think Marcus Smart might be the oldest at 28.
Okay, by the way, I was looking who played in overtime for the Celtics. Blake Griffin didn't play in overtime.
No.
Okay, I got it. So here's the point. Russ gets off hot in overtime and has a driving layup and then actually makes a little pull-up jumper. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, because you're up 4.
The Celtics are saying, yes.
Okay, because they've been daring him to shoot the whole game. So now let's see what happened in your next 3 possessions because LeBron at that point just deferred and said, okay, Russ, take us home, right?
Seems like you're hot. You got it.
Here's Russ in the next 3 trips. He says, oh, I'll take a free throw line jumper, and it's woefully short, and then you're going to give me that? Yeah, I'll give you that. And it's a Westbrook. And then one more time in the corner. It's a pretty decent shot. Cornette gets out and gets a hand in his face, but it's not even close.
Right.
And those were your 3 possessions where you went, no. And they went, yes. And you got blown off your home floor, basically, in overtime. You had an Austin Reeves late 3 that could have made it sort of interesting, but that was it. It was
but that's it, Skip. At some point in time, it comes down to execution. They're 30th in clutch offensive rating. They're 20th and 27th in defensive rating in the clutch. So now, Skip, we can't get baskets, but we can't stop the other team from getting baskets. So you can't win. Skip, if your offense can't score, you're deep in football. If your offense can't score, your defense can't stop anybody from scoring. You see what happens?
I do. And so back to your man LeBron, in the overtime, he takes only 2 shots. He did make 1, but it was just a late layup when the game was pretty much decided. And he has no assists and no rebounds. And I don't know, maybe he's running out of gas at that point.
Absolutely. Skip, the man is a week away or 2 weeks away from being 38. And he's played, how many minutes did he play last night? He played 43 minutes.
43, that's too
considering that he had just played, 43 on Friday. And then he had to play another 35, 36 on Sunday. No, you can't.
I buy that. It's too many minutes. I agree. But at that point, you're on fumes and you're just trying to hope that you can get home. And mostly they just said, Russ, you got to take us home.
And you look at Jayson Tatum, who played 44 minutes, and he's fresh as the morning lily. I mean, he turned it around. He shot the jumper to tie it up in LeBron's eye, and then he comes out in overtime, and he's like, bruh, you do know this is overtime, right? You do realize that you've already played 40 minutes. You're not supposed to be moving like this.
Agreed.
But, boy, what would it be good? What would it be like to be young again?
So, I must say, in the big picture, we're blaming Lakers, but I got to give credit to Jayson Tatum. And again, he had 2 off games by his standards, bad games at Golden State and against the Clippers. But that was sensational.
That was, Skip, I keep telling you, he got, I believe he got next. I believe he got next, Skip.
15 of 29, 5 of 10 from 3.
9 of 10 for the free throw line.
9 of 10, that will work for 44 big points. And by the way, we should show the bucket that he made on LeBron. When LeBron is trying, man, he's giving it all.
Right.
And we see the last shot that he made to tie in regulation down on the baseline. This is a lot, but he's in spin cycle on him. That is what you call too good.
Yeah.
That's where you tip your cap and say,
hey,
next, right?
I look at Darvin. What you want me to do? Nothing you could do, but hey.
Yep.
But a guy like that, when he has it going, and he had it going pretty much all night, Skip, you at his mercy. You're just hoping for a miss, because ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah. And listen, I love Jaylen Brown. And there are times I think Jaylen's even a little better than Jayson. It goes back and forth. But last night was Jayson Tatum's night. Jayson from St. Louis, Missouri, friend of our man Nelly's.
Yeah.
And that was a basketball game.
Yeah, Skip, I will concede this. I think Jaylen Brown is more athletic.
Yeah.
The bounce that he has.
When he gets it in gear, there's a little MJ in there going on where I'm saying that three
that's
he
explosive.
hit,
the three he hit last night, I think it was in Austin Reeves' face.
Yeah,
in overtime.
He's got that tenacity.
Yeah. But Skip, I mean, we keep talking about LeBron. I mean, their big two has 69.
Yeah.
And then you get two other guys get double figures. Marcus Smart gives you 18. Derek White gives you 10.
Yeah, but I remind you, they're having to make do with Blake Griffin. And I love Blake, and he's trying his tail off, but he kept trying to make threes. He just couldn't find the rhythm of it, and he went 0 for 5 because they're daring him to shoot, right? But they're having to make do right now because they don't have Horford, who's in COVID protocol,
right?
And Robert Williams is due back soon.
Yeah, Skip. I mean, we got 33 points from our bench. But the only thing I would say this about D. Ham, Skip, Lonnie Walker didn't play one dribble in the fourth quarter, and you start him in overtime. Why? Just go back with Troy Brown Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's been playing. Skip, he basically played the whole fourth quarter, and that's what I think I was like. Why are you playing Lonnie Walker? The man, he probably had to get over on the bike and like, okay, Lonnie, you are starting overtime. He probably had to go on the bike and pedal like 100 RPMs.
Okay, but he's looking at him the way you've been looking at him, because when he's right, he can be
But
really
Skip, the
right.
man hadn't played in an hour.
No, he hadn't, and plus he's been really quiet when he was playing.
Exactly.
And I've told you, because I watched him too much as a Spur, he comes and he goes.
Right.
And last night he went.
He went.
Right?
He didn't have it last night.
Whew.
The Lakers now 5 games under 500, guys, 1-4 in their last 5 contests. All right, Skip, let's talk a little bit about your Cowboys this morning.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.